In the shadow of a burning sky, between two lands scorched by war, lies the mountain that defies death itself. This is a path that every adventurer must walk, through flame, ash, and iron to face the depths. To the south, the burning steppes, a blasted wasteland forged in dragonflame and war. Here the Blackrock Orcs plot and the Dark Iron Dwarves scheme. To the north, the searing gorge, a land of industry and ruin, where the earth bleeds fire and the air is thick with smoke. The Thorian Brotherhood, Dark Iron Dwarves who now fight against the will of the Fire Lord, reside here. Between both lands lies the heart of it all. Blackrock Mountain, a fortress, a prison, a forge of endless flame, deep within, the great city of the Dark Iron Dwarves. Blackrock Depths might just be the best dungeon in World of Warcraft. It can be found at the lowest point of the mountain, where you must traverse great chains to reach the depths. The dungeon features 18 bosses spread across this sprawling map, split into two floors, the Detention Block and Shadowforge City. Entering this dungeon, you already feel the size is massively different to the other dungeons you might have ventured into throughout your leveling journey. Not only does it look big, have multiple floors, and many bosses to tackle, there are various routes you can take. As the dungeon is huge, a full clear can take a lot of time, and some people may only need to complete certain objectives, such as quests or farming for gear. The different routes allow people to pick and choose how much they might do. The most common runs are a full run. In this route, you defeat every boss and attempt all quests currently available to the group. This does require you to be a higher level due to the difficulty of the later bosses like Emperor Dagran. Additionally, the quests, the Princess Saved for the Horde and the Princess's Surprise for the Alliance, can be completed, which allows you to get loot from the princess in subsequent runs. Blackrock Depths also leads into the attunements for Molten Core and Onyxia's Lair, a must for raiders. Emperor runs. This consists of skipping past as much as possible like the prison and targeting the bigger bosses like Angerforge, Golem Lord, the Seven and Emperor himself, mostly for the best chances at good gear. Similarly, there is the Lava Run, where you rush the Emperor by killing Flamelash and traversing the lava and getting to the end as quickly as possible, purely for the gear drops. The Arena or Prison Run is where you target the start of the dungeon. This includes High Interrogator Gerstan and the Ring of Law. This is great for lower levels and people trying to get some good gear like the Hand of Justice or the Savage Gladiator chain. Finally is Torch Runs. When you reach the Lyceum, you can grind out levels as the mobs respawn quickly. This is a great source of XP. These are some of the various options of Blackrock Depths runs, and some of the main reasons to venture to the dungeon, outside of the adventure and aesthetic. Blackrock Depths captures the subterranean dwarven city perfectly. The incorporation of lava, natural rock, and dwarven construction elevates the cavern to a grandiose adventure through a hidden city. Entering the dungeon, it opens into a barren cavern, leading you into the prison or the arena, where the dark iron architecture starts to build up. Slowly you begin to encounter the expansive city with enormous gates which leads you further in. Shadowforge City being the pinnacle of the dwarven architecture, the vast hallways and great rooms filled with dark iron and their allies. The whole city reminds you of the danger you have been in since stepping foot into the depths. However, the real danger is subtle. While you are battling through the dungeon, you are nearing the heart of the mountain, known as Molten Core, where Ragnaros gathers strength to burn away Azeroth and take it as his own. The final chamber of the dungeon, the Lyceum and the Imperial Seat, are vast halls fitting for an emperor. The progression through the dungeon entices you to explore further, starting with the bare entrance to the extensive halls of Shadowforge City. But how did this great city come to be? During a a dwarven civil war between the Dark Irons, Bronzebeards, and the Wild Hammers. Each clan was fighting for supremacy over the capital city of Ironforge. However, the Dark Irons were defeated and cast out. They resettled in the mountains of Redridge. Years later, the Dark Irons start the War of the Three Hammers by opposing the other two clans. Thessarion attacked the Bronzebeards at Ironforge, and Modgud attacked the Wildhammer at Grimbatol. They planned to defeat each of the other clans to claim all of Khazmodan for the Dark Irons. After a long battle, Thessarion was defeated and fled, now with two armies hunting him down after his wife Modgud fell in her battle at Grimbatol. The Dark Iron Emperor, sensing his imminent defeat, along with the Seven, delved into forbidden lore and attempted to summon a great fire elemental to fight his enemies. His rage and hatred was so great that he summoned the Lord of Fire himself. Once banished by the Titans, he erupted into being once again. Ragnaros's apocalyptic rebirth into Azeroth shattered the Redridge Mountains and created the raging volcano at the center of the devastation, forever changing the surrounding lands. The Emperor and many of his Dark Irons were instantly killed, ending the War of the Three Hammers. The surviving Dark Irons were enslaved by Ragnaros. Now with no city or land, they retreated with the Fire Lord into the mountain and built the great Shadowforge city. Under servitude of his master, Dagran Thorazan rules as Emperor. This is until adventurers enter his halls and defeat him. Blackrock Depths is a dungeon filled with lore, exciting bosses, and great loot. While those days in retail WoW are now gone, Classic and Anniversary servers bring back the magic of the dungeon. This is just some of the reasons why Blackrock Depths might just be the best dungeon in World of Warcraft.